Podcast number 2, Mielmen Podcast.
Yes, we made it. Number 2.
We made it.
That is exciting.
I can't wait to see what's in store this week.
I know we have some pretty good stuff I think lined up for this week.
I don't know what you have lined up, but I got some great stuff.
I got some mediocre stuff. Podcast number 2. If you didn't ever download podcast number 1, listeners, you can go and do that on iTunes. And my name is Scott, and this is
Adam. You can search us at Mielmen Podcast, Mielmen Podcast in iTunes.
Yeah.
So we're going to start out today with a segment that we like to call Clumsy Crooks.
Clumsy Crooks. You see what I did there? I took it up a level and then back down.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I think we might want to stick with the original.
I thought you'd like that, being in the music industry and stuff.
Sometimes you got to know when to tone it down a little.
Okay.
So, you got any clumsy crooks for us?
I got some clumsy crooks right here.
Sweet.
That's solid beatboxing right
Freestyle?
there. Yeah.
Nice.
I found one the other day that was pretty funny. It had to do with a guy trying to steal some lobsters. And for those of you who don't know, me, Scott Mealy, and my brother Adam, who's on this podcast, we are from Maine, so we love lobster.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So this says, a man in southern Mississippi is accused of trying to walk out of the Beverly's grocery store without paying for food items he's stuffed into his cargo shorts, including live lobsters.
Wow.
You do not, I repeat, do not want to try that on your own.
No, even if those claws are banded, that's risky business.
Super risky. I've never actually got pinched by a lobster before, but I would not be risking that.
No, I can imagine they could probably cut your finger off.
You think?
Could they?
I don't know. I've never been pinched by one.
Me neither. Maybe they're not as dangerous as we think they are, really.
Maybe he knows something that we don't know.
I mean, he stuffed them down his pants. I mean, you got to be pretty sure that those things aren't pinching anything down there.
If he didn't do his research beforehand, I mean, that's risky. Super risky.
Yeah. So what happened? He got caught?
Police Chief Wayne Payne.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Says 35-year-old Nathan Mark Hardy was arrested Saturday after allegedly being caught stuffing food in his cargo shorts. 2 bags of jumbo shrimp, a pork loin, and 2 live lobsters.
A pork loin?
Yeah.
Dang.
2 bags. How big are these cargo pants?
I don't know, man.
2 bags of jumbo shrimp.
That's like serious surf and turf.
Yeah, he was hungry.
Wow.
Well, yeah, that's our clumsy crook of the week.
Wow, what an idiot.
Clumsy crooks.
That's not doing it for me.
I'll work on it.
Weird web news or weird web stories.
Web news stories.
Weird web news stories. One of the last times we were doing a podcast, there was a hurricane going on here in New York and all up the East Coast. And so this is actually a story that originated in the Wall Street Journal, and FEMA administrator Craig Fugate, I think that's how you say his name, Fugate, F-U-Gate. Yeah.
Yeah.
He came up with something called the Waffle House Index. Do you know what a Waffle House is?
Like IHOP.
It's like IHOP, yeah. They're really big, kind of in the southeast.
Oh, it's like a restaurant.
It's like a
an
restaurant.
Actual restaurant. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's called the Waffle House. Anyway, apparently the Waffle House never closes. And so this guy, Craig Fugate, who works for FEMA, says that they came up with something called the Waffle House Index to help determine how destructive a hurricane has been to an area. Which basically, he goes on to say, if the restaurant is serving a full menu, then that means there's water and power in the area, and so there's no great need. If they're serving a limited menu, then that means there's water but no power in the area. And if the restaurant is closed, which they hardly ever close, then basically you're screwed. Like if you live in that area, if Waffle House is closed, that's your sign to say, pack your bags and we're out of here. If Waffle House is closed.
That's like really bad news for you.
Yeah, that is really bad news.
And not only is there probably a natural disaster going on, but you can't go get some waffles.
You're gonna have to take Bisquick on the go.
Yeah, that double blows for you.
Yeah.
That guy must be bored.
He's either a genius or he's an idiot.
You know what's annoying, I think? When people say, Dunkin' Donuts is another place that, like, never closes, or, like, some Dunkin' Donuts never close.
Yeah.
And growing up, people were like, if Dunkin' Donuts never closes, why are there locks on their doors?
Yeah.
I'm just like, who cares? Shut it.
I used to say that to people.
Yeah, and I was just like, you're stupid. What if Irene comes and there's no power or donut batter mix?
I don't think they actually make them there. Remember, Tony used to work at Dunkin' Donuts. He used to work the night shift, the graveyard shift, and he said it was completely dead from like 2:30 in the morning until 6 in the morning. And he said like he used to get so happy when the donut delivery man would come at like 4 o'clock in the morning. He'd be like, hey man, like trying to talk to him. Hey man, what's up? Oh, what kind of donuts you brought? And the guy just like never wanted to talk to him.
Yeah, that would be really boring, the night shift at Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah. But Tony was pretty sweet because we'd go and get free donuts from him all the time.
Unlimited donuts. Would you rather?
Yeah, let's do that. So I have one that I came up with while I was doing some business in the bathroom, if you know what I mean.
Tile work.
Oh, man. I can see how people could mistake that for something else.
What else would you be doing?
We're actually remodeling our bathroom.
Oh.
So here's my would you rather. Would you rather be a really, really rich fisherman?
Okay.
This is a good one for you because I know that you don't like fishing.
Right.
But I know that you like money.
Yeah.
So, would you rather be a super rich fisherman for the rest of your life?
Right.
Or be whatever you want, but you're super poor for the rest of your life? Rich fisherman, poor music engineer guy.
Okay, how rich is this fisherman? What's my yearly intake?
Like, we're talking, you're bringing in $2 million a year.
$2 million a year?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of fish? What kind of fishing am I doing? Am I like standing in the middle of a lake, trout fishing, or am I like on a big barge out in the middle of the ocean fishing tuna and swordfish?
You are in Cape Cod in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and you have to fish out there every day.
Like with nets or with a pole?
With a pole. With a pole.
Okay, how poor would I be? On the opposite side.
You certainly wouldn't be able to afford the place that you're in right now.
Well, not many people can.
I know. You basically have to have a one-bedroom apartment. You can have a one-bedroom apartment that runs you about $500 a month.
And that's all I can afford.
Yeah, that's all you can afford. So let's put a dollar amount on it and say you're getting like $600 a month, and you're paying $450 for your apartment. So that only leaves you with...
So that's $7,200 a year.
Yep. For the rest of your life, that's your income, or $2 million, and you're a fisherman.
I'd probably go for fisherman.
You would?
I'd probably go for fisherman.
See, I thought that you had such strong convictions of what you love to do.
I mean, think about it. I at some point I'm gonna have to retire.
No, for the rest of your life.
What? Till I'm 90? What if I can't even hold up a pole?
That's it. That's the would you rather for the rest of your life.
I have to be an audio engineer when I'm like writing music for commercials when I'm 90?
No. You can. Okay. So I thought you were talking about fishermen.
Well, I'm saying on the opposite side for the rest of my life.
On the opposite side, you can do whatever you want, but you only get that much money.
No matter what I do. Fisherman.
$2 million. That is a lot of dough.
A lot of dough for fishing. I think I'd get used to it. Take out some, get some sandwiches, bring them out, have a little grill on the skiff, fry up some fish. Yeah, grill on the skiff. Wow. That's the freshest fish you're gonna get.
You sound like a fisherman already.
Port, stern, mast, swab the deck, you mateys.
Walk the plank. Jack Sparrow. Pirates of the Caribbean. Who cares what you do as long as you have a ton of money?
Right.
Am I right?
Would you rather, when people address you, every time they say your name, like, hey, Scott, you have to respond by singing Shamone like that? Or when they address you, you have to ignore them. So it's either I say, hey, Scott, and you just can't respond to me or look at me, or you have to respond every time by singing Shamone.
Am I okay? That's it?
That's it. What would you rather do?
So, can I respond the second time that they say, "Hey, Scott"?
No, every single time. If they say, "Hey, Scott," and you say Shamone, and they're like, "Scott, Shamone."
Oh, really?
Every time. Yeah.
But what if I choose the ignoring route and then they say, "Hey, Scott," a second time?
No, you have to ignore them every time.
So I just can't talk to anybody ever again?
You can if they're like tap you on the shoulder or something, and they're like, "Take a look at this." Then you can. Only when they say
my name.
Right.
Oh, for the rest of my life.
Yeah, of course.
Can I whisper it? Could I say Shamone?
It has to be audible to the person you're responding to.
They have to know
They have to know that you're singing Shamone.
Okay. So this is for everybody, no matter what situation I'm in.
Your wife,
if I'm in, like,
your boss, job interview, at the airport,
boy,
being questioned by the police when you get pulled over for speeding. So it says here your name is Scott. Shamone.
Okay, I'm gonna make a decision.
Okay.
And I think that I would choose that one, the Shamone.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that would be so funny. It would be way better than having to ignore somebody. At least you get to say Shamone, and then you can talk to them.
It would get really annoying, I think, for your coworkers, especially if you were like in a sales job or something like that.
And they're like, "Hey, Scott, can you get this for me?"
Yeah.
Shamone.
Yeah, sure, I can.
I think that's a good one. And, I mean, you're kind of paying tribute to MJ.
Hang on just a sec. I got to take a phone call.
Oh, boy. Right in the middle of the podcast?
Yeah. Hello?
It's unbelievable. Somebody better be bleeding right now.
Dude, she is bleeding.
Really?
Yeah. It's that time of the month. Oh!
All right, we got to cut that out.
Shamone.
What phrase wouldn't you say to not take that deal and take the other deal?
You're a douchebag or something like that.
Would you rather?
You're good.
I know. Well, again, my name is Scott.
And I'm Adam.
And this is the Mielmen Pod.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.